Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best laptop for Revit.
Starting at number 5.
Dell Precision 7770. This laptop is out of the question for about 90% of Revit users. I've never seen anybody need this much GPU power. Certainly, if you're using Revit for interior design work, house plans and to render building models, you don't need this much hardware. This is not 8GB VRAM, this is a 16GB VRAM GPU. Most people only use 4GB VRAM and some up to 6GB VRAM. Anything more seems useless for Revit alone.
Coming at number 4.
Microsoft Surface Laptop. The Surface Laptop Studio shown here and the next workstation laptop are both well above $1,000, so if your budget is out of that range, just choose a laptop from the above or check the guide at the end of the post to look for one yourself. The reason for the high price of the Surface Laptop Studio is not due to the CPU and GPU but due to the portability, thin and lightweight despite the high-performance hardware, and drawing feature. Basically, you can use it like a sketchbook to draw your models too. Note that the following video uses the Surface Book, released 6 years ago. However, what's shown still applies to the Surface Laptop Studio.
At number 3.
Acer Aspire 5. This year I'm also going to talk about laptops with no dedicated graphics, much cheaper, for Revit. To many, it may not make sense to buy a laptop with no graphics card. Actually, the CPU has integrated graphics, so it does have graphics card. But the performance of laptops with no dedicated graphics card is still okay if you work with small models like houses and small buildings. If you choose a laptop with a recent CPU, 5th plus Ryzen or 11th plus Intel, everything else will be fast enough to be productive. Viewport will however be slightly slow, 25 FPS.
Number 2 of my list.
Lenovo Legion 5 Gen. If you want the best performance with Revit in a laptop, you need a 6GB VRAM GPU and a Ryzen 7 or Core i7 CPU of the latest generation. Sure, going beyond that will get you performance gains, but nothing that will be significant enough, actually very minimal if any gains, to justify the price increase. When you choose a laptop with a 6GB VRAM GPU, it may be worthwhile to look for GPU wattage. This concept is not just important for gaming but also for viewport and sometimes rendering. While the VRAM found in GPUs is where your 3D model is stored for fast 3D manipulation, the CUDA cores in a GPU help render the image. As it rotates in 3D, these CUDA cores are like tidal CPUs, they do all the image processing. Thus the most CUDA cores, or the faster these CUDA cores you have, the faster the viewport performance. Thus it makes sense to pick the 3060 RTX GPU with the fastest clock speeds. And which one is that? The one with the highest wattage, in other words, the one that can use more power to hit higher clock speeds.
And number 1.
HP Victus 15.6-inch. Most of the people who came across my post are likely to be either architects, civil engineers and interior designers working for a small firm with a small team of 3D CAD engineers. If that's the case for you, this is the ideal laptop. Just about the right balance of performance and cost while at the same time giving you a little of extra power in case you join a bigger company to work on very large projects. When you work in a small firm as one of the 3D CAD engineers rendering 3D houses and building for clients, you'll be limited to 20 to 40 floor buildings, houses, schools. Those type of models can run on integrated graphics, much cheaper on this laptop. However, once you get very detailed inside each of these floors, that's where you'll struggle to viewport and walk through it unless you have a 4GB VRAM like this model.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.